A screw gauge with the pitch of 0.5 millimeter and circular scale with 50 divisions are used to measure the thickness of thin sheet of aluminum. They given the main scale reading as 5 millimeter and a 0 of the coincidence with 25 divisions. Screw gauge error they given as 0.005 centimeter. What is the thickness of the thin sheet? Okay. Now in the screw gauge, when we are seeing screw gauge, we are having only two formulas. One is for least count and another one formula for total reading. So least count formula, we need to calculate the least count now. Least count is equal to pitch divided by number of divisions. So here they given the value of pitch as 0.5 millimeter. So 0.5 millimeter. What is the number of divisions? 50. 50 divisions are there. In a screw gauge there are 50 divisions. In the circular scale that is we are having 50 divisions. So when we are substituting, dividing this one, you will get the answer 0.01 millimeter. So the least count value is 0.01 millimeter. And next formula, this is the formula number 1 for screw gauge, and second formula total reading. Our aim is to calculate here what is the thickness of the thin sheet. Thickness of the thin sheet for the object now. Total reading is MSR, main scale reading, plus circular scale division into least count plus or minus 0 correction. Now MSR reading, they given the MSR reading as main scale reading as 5 millimeter. So 5 millimeter plus coincidence, circular scale coincidence value is 25 division, it is coincide with the reference line, into least count is 0.01 millimeter, and the error here, it is to be noted that the error here is negative of 0.005 centimeter. Okay. So negative sign means you need to calculate that as a correction as in positive. Error is negative and the correction must be written in the positive here. Okay. So positive correction is positive of 0.05. It is in centimeter. We need to calculate this in millimeter. This reading we are getting in the millimeter only. So 0.05 millimeter. Now when you are substituting this one, you will get the answer 5.3 millimeter. The total reading is 5.3 millimeter. So this is the thickness of the thin sheet. The reading for the thickness of the thin sheet. The material thickness is 5.3 millimeter. So the option 3 is the correct one. An ideal gas expands isothermally from 10 power minus 4 to 10 power minus 3 meter cube at temperature 27 degrees Celsius. At constant pressure value they given. Work done on the gas. We need to find the work done on the gas. So here they given the vessel, it consists of gas. Okay, the volume get expanded here. So volume of the gas get expanded here. Ideal volume get expanded. So we will consider this value as an initial value and volume, and this value as a final volume. So what is the initial volume? Initial VI is equal to 10 power minus 4 meter cube, and final volume, final expansion is 10 power minus 3 meter cube. And temperature, they given the temperature as 27 degrees Celsius. We need to convert this as in Kelvin. So 273 is equal to T is equal to 300 Kelvin. And pressure value, given pressure value as 10 power 7 Newton per meter square. Our aim is to calculate the work done on the gas. This is very, very important. Work done on the gas. Now solution. Work done is equal to pressure. This is the formula. pressure into change in volume. So here pressure, we denoting the symbol for pressure as P and change in volume as del V. Here note that if the work is done on the gas, on the note this one carefully, if the work is done on the gas, on means it is negative sign, and if the work is done by the gas means we will get that as positive sign. Okay, this we will study in the Carnot heat engine, and this is work is done on the gas, so I am representing here that is negative, minus pressure into change in volume. Now here what is the change in volume? Change in volume is nothing but final volume minus initial volume. Now pressure value, they given the pressure value as 10 power 7 and the final volume is 10 power minus 3 and initial volume is 10 power minus 4. And this can be written as now minus 10 power 7. This can be written as 10 into 10 power minus 4 minus 10 power minus 4. This is 1 into 10 power minus 4. Now 10 minus 1 is 9. So 10 power 7. 9 into 10 power minus 4 we are getting. Now this can be written as here negative symbol and 7 minus 4 that is 3. So 9 into 10 power 3 joule and 9,000 joule. This is the work done on the gas. 9,000, negative of 9,000 joule. So option 3 is the correct one. If 75% of radioactive sample disintegrate in 18 days, the half-life of the radioactive sample is taking, this is the radioactive sample. Here there are n number of nuclei are present inside the radioactive sample. N0 here, this is N0. Number of N0 represent here, number of N0 represent number of nuclei present in the sample at T is equal to 0. At time T is equal to 0, how much number of nuclei is present in the sample. And after some times when we increase the, when the time is increased, after some time this radioactive sample nuclei will disintegrate, will go out now. Now here we need to calculate N. What is N means? Undecayed. Something will go out and something will be present in the sample itself. That is N. N is undecayed nuclei present at any time. When the time increases, there is an undecayed nuclei are present inside the sample, that is N. Okay. Now we need to calculate the half-life. So T 1 by 2, we don't know what is T 1 by 2, and T they given as 18 days. Given as 18 days. Now here the formula to find N nuclei, N half-life is N divided by N0 when it is decayed is equal to 1 divided by 2 power N. Okay, this is the formula to find the N half-life when the nuclei get decayed. Now we need to find what is N, small n. Small n is integer. It may be positive integer or it may be negative integer. So this can be written as now N naught is nothing but first will at time t we will have 100% of nuclei present in the sample. And N, what is N here? N is an undecayed nuclei. So undecayed nuclei means something will go out after some time and some nuclei will present inside the sample now. So 100 minus going out is 75%. So from 100%, 75% is going out. So what is N now? 25% is remaining in the sample now. So N is 25%. Now you substitute these values here. 25 divided by 100 is equal to 1 into 2 power n. And this get cancelled, and 2 power n is equal to 4 and n is equal to 2. We got the value of n. N is nothing but that is an integer. Okay. Now formula T is equal to T 1 by 2 half life of T into n. Our aim is to calculate what is the half life of time decay. T 1 by 2 is equal to T divided by n. They given the value of T as in 18 days. So 18 divided by 2. T 1 by 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So the time that the half life of radioactive sample is 9 days. So the option is here number 2, 9 days.
Here they are giving a reaction which is hydrogen iodide gives a hydrogen H2 and I2. In this reaction, the average rate of the reaction with respect to reactant they are asking. The equation is 2HI molecule which gives a H2 plus I2. In general, the rate of reaction with respect to reactant, that is change of reactant with respect to time, which is always negative because the concentration of reactant decreases during the reaction with respect to time. So with respect to reactant, the average rate of the reaction should be negative. So the option 1 is correct. For a reaction A plus B gives product. The rate law is given by rate equal to rate constant, concentration of A 3 by 2, concentration of B power minus 1. What is the order of the reaction? First we have to write the reaction. A plus B which gives a product B. In general, rate reaction is equal to rate constant, concentration of A, x mole of A, y mole of B. Concentration of A power x, concentration of B power y. The order of reaction is calculated by the formula is x plus y. Here they are given 3 by 2 and minus 1. X is 3 by 2 minus 1 and 3 minus 2 by 2. The order of reaction is 1 by 2. So the correct answer is option 3, 1 by 2. Identify the order of the reaction if the unit of its rate constant is mole per liter per second. In the first option, first order reaction, the unit of rate constant for first order reaction is per second. In option 2, second order reaction, the unit of rate constant for second order reaction is per mole liter per second. In option 3, The rate constant unit for zero order reaction is mole per liter per second. So the correct answer is option 3.
Different cells have different size. Arrange the following cells in the descending order of their size and select the correct option. So the given options are mycoplasma, ostrich egg, human RBC and bacteria. So first we need to know the size of these given cells. First, mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is a kind of a bacterium which is present in the gut, respiratory tract, etc. And this mycoplasma is of size of 0.3 micron. And the second option given is ostrich egg. So this ostrich egg is usually of a size of a coconut or a large grapefruit. So this size of the ostrich egg is about 13 into 15 centimeter. So the third option is human red blood cells. You already know it is also called as a erythrocytes. This human RBC, the size of the human RBC is 7 micron. And you know the lifespan of RBC is 120 days, which is originate in the bone marrow. And the fourth option is bacteria, and this usual size of a bacteria is about 3 to 5 micron. So now we need to arrange these cells in descending order, that is from largest to smallest. So first we need to arrange ostrich cells, and second one is human RBC, and third one is bacteria, and the final one is mycoplasma. So the correct order of sequence in a descending order is ostrich egg, human RBC, bacteria and mycoplasma. So the correct option is option 4. So now we will see the diagram of these cells. This is the mycoplasma, and it is the smallest cell, and this is the ostrich egg, which is the largest living cell in the shape of coconut and a large grapefruit, and this it is an RBC, and this is the usual size of an bacteria. The reaction center of PS1 is and the reaction center of PS2 is. Usually here the PS1 means it is the photosystem 1, and PS2 is the photosystem 2. This PS1 usually observe the light at a wavelength of 700 nanometer, and this PS2 usually observe the light at the wavelength of 680 nanometer. So the correct option is P700 and P680. So the option is 2. Statement 1. Peroxisomes are involved in photorespiration of the plant cells and help in the lipid metabolism of animal cells. And the statement 2 is lysosomes are the cell's garbage disposal system. From these statements we need to find which are the correct one and which are the incorrect one. First, in the statement 1 they have given peroxisomes are involved in the photorespiration of the plant cells and lipid metabolism of the animal cells. From here we come to know the statement 1 is correct. And the statement 2 they are given is lysosomes are called the cell garbage disposal system. Usually this lysosomes possess the hydrolytic enzyme and helps in digesting of the unwanted food materials and engulfed bacteria and virus and some of the extra organelles. So these lysosomes are called as the cell's garbage disposal system. Sometimes they are also called as the suicidal bag. So the given statement 2 also correct. So the correct answer is both 1 and 2 are correct. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the heroin? This heroin is commonly called crack. They are obtained from the acetylation of morphine and they are extracted from the latex of poppy plant. Heroin is a depressant and it slows down the body function. From this given option, we need to find the correct statement. First, this heroin is commonly called as crack, but the heroin is commonly called as smack. So the option 1 is incorrect. This crack is also called as coke or cocaine. So the first option is wrong. And this heroin is usually obtained by the diacetylation of morphine. This option is correct. Hence they were chemically called as heroin is chemically called as diacetyl morphine. So option 2 is correct. And it is extracted from the latex of the poppy plant. So this poppy plant is the botanical name of this poppy plant is Papaver somniferum. So option 3 is also correct. And this heroin is usually taken as a depressant and it slows down the body function. So option 4 is also correct. So the correct statement given here are option 2, option 3 and option 4. Assertion: cyclosporin A, a bioactive molecule, it is usually used as a immunosuppressive agent. And the reason given here is it is produced by the yeast Monasus purpureus. So this cyclosporin, it is the bioactive molecule which is normally used during the organ transplantation as the immunosuppressive agent. And the reason given here is it is produced by the yeast Monasus purpureus, but it is wrong. It is usually produced by the fungus Trichoderma polysporum. So here the assertion is correct, but the reason is wrong. And also this yeast Monasus purpureus is usually used for producing the bioactive molecule called statin, and this statin is used for lowering the blood cholesterol level. So the correct option is A is true but R is false. Write the correct sequence of the wall of the gut from outside to inside, and they have given the order, and this is the TS of an alimentary canal. Usually alimentary canal's outer layer is called as serosa, which is made up of thin mesothelium and with some of the connective tissue. So the first layer is serosa, it is from outside to inside, and the second layer is muscularis, and this muscularis layer, which is made up of smooth muscles which possess inner circular muscularis and outer longitudinal muscularis. In this diagram, we see this is inner circular muscularis and this is the outer longitudinal muscularis. So, the second layer after serosa is muscularis and the third layer is submucosa, which is usually made up of loose connective tissue where there are numerous blood vessels are found. So, the third layer, which is submucosa, and the innermost layer, which is called as mucosal layer, which has a number of irregular folds, which is called as rugae, which helps to in the folding of foods. So, the innermost layer is mucosa. So, the correct sequence of order is serosa, muscularis, submucosa and mucosa. So, the correct answer for this question is option A, that is serosa, muscularis coat, submucosa and mucosa. It is the order from outside to inside.